up? This is Too Short, and you're watching Montreality. Oh, well, you know, mine is, I got the typical hip-hop story. Little kid falls in love with hip-hop. I decided I can do it. Took a shot at it. Was pretty good at it. All through my high school years, it was a hobby. I used to DJ parties and rap anywhere I could rap and perform for people. And right after high school, I hooked up with a label called 75 Girls. Did a few independent records. After that, I started my own label called Dangerous Music. Did a couple of independent records. I got a deal with Jive Records. Signed to Jive. Did probably like the first 10, 11 albums on Jive, they all went platinum. Most of them went platinum, a few of them went gold. You know, that's when the legend started. And I've been in the game. I've worked with everybody from, I've been on 2 or 3 Jay-Z albums, 2 Biggie albums, Snoop Dogg albums. I've did songs with Tupac. I mean, you could just, the list goes on and on who I've worked with. Rick Ross, everybody. So it's just, you know, it's just, I'm a legend in the game, man. I'm one of those people who, I don't lie about my age, I don't dye my hair. I've been in hip hop since day one, and it's just like, you know, I'm here to stay. But in school, I was always everything in life I've ever done, I've always been an overachiever. So I was never the bad kid in class. I did my thing. I always got good grades. When I got to high school is when I decided I was, you know, music, wanted to run the streets and hang with the homies. I kind of started messing up a little bit, but it was never really about academics. And you know, everything comes to me easy. Well, what I did for a hustle when I was a teenager was I actually sold music. I would go to like a store like Radio Shack. Back then you could buy 3 cassette tapes for $1.99, and I would take those 3 cassette tapes and I would put music on it with me rapping. And I had a partner back then, his name was Freddie B, and we rap on the tapes and we sell them for anywhere from $5, $10, $20 a pop. And you know, we had a lot of customers. This was the early 80s. This was before I ever made records or anything. I was just a kid in high school, and we made a lot of money. Like I can go out on any given day, make $100 or something. You know, it was in demand, and people around the Bay Area where I'm from, they really wanted that music, so I never had to get a job. I think one time I had a homeboy who was a manager at a fast food joint, and he called about 5 of us, a group of homies, and he was like, "You guys should come work with me, man. You work with me, it'll be easy." And we messed around in there. It was total corruption. Like we weren't really working. We were fucking up for real. But I used to sell Coca-Cola at the Oakland A's baseball games, and it was like that's before I was old enough to get a job. But they would hire you if you were like at least 14, 15. You could get a job for it one day. One day at an Oakland A's baseball game, you could sell Coca-Cola. You probably make $50, $60, $50, you know. At that age, that was a good thing, you know. Those little stuff like that, hustling tapes in the street, walking up and down the stands of the baseball game, selling sodas, that's what made me that hustler, you know. Like I don't mind investing in something that's gonna make a profit, or going out and walking on my feet around New York City, hustling music, you know, promoting and stuff, you know, so that's what I do. Oh, well, you know, I'm not gonna say I've always been the smartest money manager or business guy, but I've always known how to make a lot of money. You know, I don't do stupid things with my money. So when I first started making money, I pretended like I didn't have any money. I put all the money in the bank, and I would let my bank account pay me a salary. So I would get like this a regular check at the first of the month, and I'd stretch it out. I have business partners and stuff, but every now and then we just make something up, like, you know, his birthday is coming up, we get a bonus check. And we write ourselves a bonus check for 10, 20 grand. I used to get checks for like really large amounts. When I was signed to Jive Record, they would send us hundreds of thousands of dollars every 6 months. I was probably like, man, good 5, 6, 7 years into my deal with Jive before I really started splurging and doing stuff. Like those checks started coming for like $1.5 million, and you know, you go out and buy a $100,000 car or something like that, buy a big ass house. In the early days, I felt like if I jacked off all the money, you know, I was scared to spend it, because I didn't come from money, so I was like, I want the money to be in the bank. But now you know, we got it rolling. We in the jewelry store. I'm gonna buy some jewelry before I leave here today, you know, like that. Well, you know, everybody has that the opportunity or the chance or the skills or the drive to kick the door open. You get in the door. It's something that you really want to do. And then one day, you look around and you're like, I'm doing it, this is it. And you feel really relieved, you feel like you've really achieved a goal. Like I'm doing what I dreamed of. But in my world, in my mind, at that moment when you think you made it, you really say, I made it, look around, they love me, I'm getting money. As soon as you think you made it, that's the beginning, that's where it starts. So that's where, when you think you made it, that's when you gotta work harder than you ever worked. You gotta do more than you ever did. You gotta stay there. You can't just make it. I know, I've been around this game a long time, and a lot of people, they make it, but they don't stick around. That's the hard part. What would I call my book? I'm actually writing a book, and the title has yet to come, but I am going to one day write a book called Freaky Tales. I'm going to tell you a bunch of stories about a bunch of freaky stuff that happened in my life. But the book I'm working on now, it's about how I came up in the city of Oakland and how my relationship with Oakland, the city, has grown and what we've gone through, the city as well as me. And you know, I got to get that off my chest. But after that, you know, I got a lot of funny stuff that I do. So I'll write a funny book called Freaky Tales and tell you all these freaky stories that I tell people from time to time. I'll write them out. And I always admired Timberland and Missy Elliott. I think they had a hell of a sound that just, it's always a hit record, you know. And I don't know, I just recently got to work with Dr. Dre. I've been knowing Dre for years and years and years, but we never really got to do any work. And I did a song with Dre. It came out fucking hot. Who would I really like to work with? Like, it's like some new dudes out there. I like whoever been making all those Drake beats. I like those beats that Drake got. Yeah, 40, man. I'd like to get out with them and just put my vocals on one of their beats one day. Cause it's real beautiful music they make, you know. What am I on right now? I've been dabbling in a lot of 2 Chainz lately. I just downloaded everything that was connected to like Odd Future. I just want to see where I know certain songs, but I don't know all of it. So I want to get in my headphones, get on an airplane, and just want to, because people love it. I want to know what they love about it. I want to love it. So we get off in some of that, you know. Well, no, I have no tattoos, no piercings, no baby mamas, and no prison stories. Where I'm from, we could put all the guys in a room and say, tell me some jail stories. And they start telling jail stories. They're like, how many baby mamas you got? They're like 2 or 3. Like, how many tattoos you got? About 45. How many piercings you got? Earrings, everything, all this stuff. Whenever I see somebody doing something and everybody's doing it, I don't want to do it. I just been that way, you know? No tats, nowhere, nothing, tats, nothing. Money and young pussy, that keeps me motivated. I like having fun. I'm not, when I say young pussy, I don't mean like under 21, but you know, I like young pussy. I'm 45, so if my girlfriend is 25, that's young pussy to me. And I love getting money. I was in Japan one day. I was in Tokyo, and this guy, he started rapping in Japanese. I don't know what he was saying, but he started rapping. He was busting, and at the end of his rap, he said, "Biatch." I just thought that was the funniest shit in the world, you know? But I like to go international and hear hip-hop in different languages. Like I was in France, and I went to a party and they were playing like a lot of French rap, and I don't know what they were saying, but that shit was dope. Money, a BlackBerry, a joint, a lighter, of course. I don't have a cold, but I was stopped up, so I got some nose drops. Credit cards, ID. Got some Orbit, a couple of business cards, hotel room key. What else? Oh, and the pimp towel. You know what the pimp towel is for? You gotta have the pimp towel. It's like when you're doing an interview, the lights get hot. Just go like this. Tap it off, wipe your sweat off. Like, bitch, what? I got my medical marijuana card too. Oh yeah.